Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about list comprehension. Alright. A list comprehension is a concise way to create lists in Python. They are compact and easier to read than the traditional loops. Okay. This is the syntax of a list comprehension. Alright. I will teach you to use this in a few minutes. First, I will give you an example with using a traditional loop. Then I will convert it into a list comprehension. By that way, you will be able to see why a list comprehension is useful. Alright. Now, I will create a list and square the numbers 1 through 10. Okay. I will write square is equal to and 2 square brackets. Now this is an empty list. Okay. I will not write anything inside this list. If I do just this, then it means that I am assigning a blank list to this variable. Alright. Next, I will say for num in range 1 to 10, 10 because 11 is exclusive, and then I will say square dot append, and inside the brackets I will say num into num. Okay, and then I will print square. Alright, so let me run this now. When I run this, I get a list which has numbers from 1 to 10 squared. Okay, this is 1 squared, this is 2 squared, this is 3 squared, this is 10 squared. Alright, now let us try to understand what is happening here. We have declared a blank list and the name of the variable is square. We are saying for every number in the range 1 to 11, do this. Okay. During each iteration, we take our list of square, use the built-in append method, and append the result of this, meaning in the first iteration the value of num will be 1 and 1 into 1 is 1. This 1 will be added to this blank list. So the first value will be 1. In the second iteration, number 2 from this range will be stored in num. 2 into 2 or 2 multiplied by 2, 4 will be the value of this, and it will be appended or added to this list square, and so we get 4 as the second value. In the third iteration, 3 will be the value stored in num from this range. 3 into 3, the value will be 9, and 9 will be appended to this list square, and so we have the third value as 9, and so on. Alright. So this is by using a traditional for loop. Okay. Now I will clear this and convert this into a list comprehension. Alright. Let me close this and copy this here. Okay. So here I will say square is equal to, alright, square is equal to, and in the place of expression we have to mention what is that we want to do or what is that we want to have in the list. We want to do this or we want to have the square of numbers. right? So I will copy this and paste it here. This is what we want to do. For value, in the place of value, we need to have this. So I will copy and paste it here. Okay. In iterable, what is an iterable? An iterable is something on which we can use loops. So here our iterable is range 1 to 11. All right. And in this program, we don't have an if condition, and so I will delete this. Okay. Now this is a list comprehension, and this does the exact thing that this does. Okay. So I will comment this out and I will move this to here. Okay. I will delete the blank spaces and now I will run the program. When I do that, I get the same result, a list with numbers squared from 1 to 10. All right. So we have successfully converted a traditional for loop into a single line list comprehension. Correct? So what we are saying here is do this for every number in the range 1 to 10. Okay. So in the first iteration, the value of num will be 1 from this range, and 1 into 1 will be done and it will be stored in this list square. Next, in the second iteration, 2 from this range will be stored in this variable num. 2 into 2 will be done. The result 4 will be added to this list square, and so on. Alright. So this is a concise way to create list when compared with this. Right? Next, let me go to one more example. I will delete this and now I will write a program to work with strings. Okay. I will create a list of names, and in this I will have Anil, Ravi and Mohan as the elements. Okay, I have 3 names here. Now I am going to take each string in this list and make it uppercase. All right. So what I will do here is I will have one more list by the name new names, and I will make it an empty list. Okay. And here I will say for name in names, new names dot append, and inside name dot upper. All right. And then I will print new names. Okay. I will run this and I get a list with the 3 strings in uppercase. Okay. So what are we doing here? I am saying for every name in this list names, convert each name into uppercase and then append or add it to this blank list new names. Okay. So in the first iteration, Anil from this list names will be stored in this variable name, and then it will be made into uppercase using upper method. Then the resulting string, which is in uppercase, will be appended to this blank list new name. And in the second iteration, Ravi will be made into uppercase and will be stored in this. And in the third iteration, Mohan will be made into uppercase and will be stored in this. And when we print it out, we get this. Alright. So this is the result. Now, let us convert this into a list comprehension. Okay. So here I will copy this and paste it. Okay. We can create a new list or we can reassign. I will reassign here. Okay. I will say names is equal to and this syntax. In the place of expression, we need to mention what is that we want to do for each value. We want to do this, correct? So I will copy this and paste it here. For value, what is the value? For name. So I will copy and paste it here. What is our iterable now? It is this list. And so I will copy this and paste it here. And in this program too, we don't have an if condition, and so I will delete this. Okay. I will comment this out and I will move this from here to here, and I will delete the blank spaces. Okay. I need this, and so I have not commented it out. All right. And here I will say names. Now when I run this, I get a list with 3 strings in uppercase. Okay. So we have successfully achieved the same thing that we had achieved using this. All right. So what is happening here? We have stored a list in this variable, and what we are saying is for every value in this list names, use upper method and then store the resulting value in this string. We have used the same name here because we are reassigning the values to the same variable. Okay. So every time a value in uppercase will be reassigned to this variable, and finally we are printing it out. Okay. So in the first iteration, Anil will be stored in name and upper method will be used on it. ANIL in uppercase will be the resulting value, and that will be assigned to this variable. Okay. Next, in the second iteration, Ravi will be stored in name, upper method will be applied to it, and the resulting value will be stored in names, and in the third iteration it is Mohan's time. All right. So this is a compact way of creating the list, isn't it? Now, let me use the if condition in a list comprehension. All right. So I will close this and delete this too. Okay. Now I will write a program which checks if any value is even or not, and then assigns only the even numbers to a different list. Okay. So I will start by saying numbers is equal to, and in brackets I will have random numbers 76, 33, 59, 99, 28. All right. And I will create one more empty list by the name even. Okay. And now I will say for num in numbers, if num mod 2 is equal to 0, number divided by 2 doesn't leave any remainder, then even dot append and in the brackets num. Okay. So here I do not need an else block, and so I will print the even list directly. Okay. So when I run that, I get a list with only even numbers from this list. Correct? Yes. So what is happening here is, in every iteration, a value from this list is being stored in num. And then I'm checking if the number when divided by 2 leaves any remainder. Okay. If the remainder is equal to 0, then I am adding that number to this blank list using the append method. Okay. So only the numbers that don't leave any remainder when divided by 2 get added to this list. And when I print it out, I get the list with only the even numbers. Alright? Yes. So this is by using a for loop. Now let me convert this into a list comprehension. Alright. So I will copy this and paste it here. And here I will say even is equal to the syntax. In the place of this expression, we have to mention what is that we want to add or what is that we want to do. Here we do not have an expression. We just want to return num. And so I will copy this num here. Okay. For value, in the place of value, we need to have num. Okay. Next, in iterable, which is our iterable in this program, this list. So I will have numbers here, and then if condition. So if num mod 2 is equal to 0. All right. And then I will move this here and comment this out. Okay. I need this, and so I have not commented it. All right. Now let me run the program and show you the result. So we have a list with only even numbers here. Correct? So we have achieved what this program had achieved using only a single line. Right? So this is a list comprehension. Okay. So what we are saying here is return num, and when I say return num, it means include num in the list even. Okay, return num for every num, every value in numbers list, in numbers list. And when should it return the value? It should return only when the number mod 2 is equal to 0. Okay. So in the first iteration, 34 from this list will be stored in num, and 34 will be divided by 2, and check if any remainder is obtained. 34 when divided by 2 doesn't leave any remainder, meaning it is equal to 0. And so 34 value will be returned using this, and the value goes into this list. All right. And the same thing continues till the end. Okay. Now we can leave this line too. If we do not want to write this line, then we can just have this in this place. Okay, I have copied this and pasted it here. Now I will comment this out and I will run this and I get the same result. Okay, so we can really have a single line and create a list, but then sometimes this single line will be very confusing if it is very lengthy. Okay, and so to avoid that we can have this. All right, so it is a personal choice, it is left to you. Okay, so this is about list comprehension. We have dictionary comprehension too, along with various other types of comprehensions, but we will not be learning those. All right.